Nathan Redmond, welcome to Burnley.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Good, yeah, very good. Obviously it's been behind the scenes. Obviously it's been a little while talking with the manager and letting the sort of delegations upstairs talk also, but no, it's been a little while in the making and in the talks, but I'm finally happy it's over the line.
Lots of Premier League experience. You've been away to Turkey to experience something completely different as well. Why have you come back and why have you chosen Burnley?
I always had aspirations to still play in the Premier League. I think I owed to myself a new challenge when I left Southampton, which I'll forever be thankful to Besiktas and how they allowed me to play for them. But I always had aspirations to come back to the Premier League, and I think just with Burnley's project at the moment and how the direction they see the club going in, it matches with my ambitions. I think also with the management team as well. From talking and having conversations with them, they feel like they can potentially, enhance my game a little bit more, and they see the value that I can bring to the club on and off the field. So it almost seemed like a perfect match. So
what did you want to know from them before you signed?
Listen, first of all, I knew a few of the players that were here anyway, like Corky, J-Rod, Michael, obviously Nathan Teller, who was here last year, and a lot of the boys had played against them before anyway. So in terms of getting a high review, it was sort of easy to come by, but I think from the management team, it was more so, the ethos, the style of play, the culture that he's trying to create here at the training ground and at Turf Moor. So there was a lot of things, a lot of positive things that, made me feel that I could be a part of something that, that can hopefully build for the future here.
And what did they want to know about you?
Well, I'm sure they probably obviously got good references because I'm here. But no, I think they got their references from previous staff, previous players. They just wanted to know if I still had the hunger and the desire to play in the Premier League. They didn't want me to come here and just be a number. They wanted me to obviously come here, compete, help the younger players also. And also be that sort of voice in the dressing room when times are hard and when we need a little bit of a lift, but also when good times are sort of happening, that we can maintain the sort of same standards that we've set ourselves here.
So how is that fire in that belly?
It's good, yeah, it's good. It's good. I've had a little bit of time off. I've been last game of the season was the 8th of June over in Turkey, so I've had almost 6 weeks off. Management team and medical staff have been brilliant with me to help me ease into the first session today. So it'll just be going from there. I'm eager to get into training, eager to learn, eager to process all the information that the management team obviously going to offload onto me. It's exciting times ahead.
You don't look much different than probably one of the first times when you came out to play and when we all saw you on the big scene anyway. Are you a good trainer? Have you still got that fitness?
Yeah. I mean, I think from the first time I would come on the scene, I had a bit more hair. But obviously this is...
You've just got your head on upside down now.
This is the cost of staying in the Premier League, the stresses of it. But no, I've still got that hunger and that desire. I love football. Whilst I've been over in Turkey, I was watching every game that I could, albeit we're 2 hours ahead. So 8 o'clock kickoffs, watching it at 10 o'clock at night when you've got a couple of little ones running around. They'll be up early in the morning, still hard, but my hunger and passion for the game will never ever leave. And I think it's probably one of the things that the manager alluded to when speaking to me, is he could hear it, he could see it on my face, and especially, see you, Jay. See you, mate.
Bye, J-Rod. Thanks for that.
Not starting again, by the way. No, I think the manager could see it on my face and hear it in my voice when we were speaking about the ethos and what I sort of saw myself doing, especially after football, and having that conversation. I think was key to both of us making a decision to work together.
I know it's not as easy to watch the Championship as the Premier League when you're away in Europe. I appreciate that there's plenty of games on there. Yeah. Did you follow Burnley's story last season since Vincent's been here?
Yeah. I think probably more so since we first spoke. But as I said, I've known J-Rod for a long time. Obviously, Mikey's here. Nathan Teller was here last season, and those players, I've seen them come through at Southampton. So when there was big games and important games coming up, I'd always drop them a message, and you know, I'd watched a few games. I think I watched mainly the games that I watched were surprisingly games where the games actually weren't very good, but it was like games against Middlesbrough at home where it was a tough game. You know, in terms of seeing highlights from games, it was easy because you've got BN Sports over there, TR, A Sport, etc. So they show games and highlights within 8-minute periods. So I'm able to watch like the sort of full highlights where I'm seeing the styles of play, I'm seeing the communication between the boys, I'm seeing certain runs, I'm seeing the passing angles, the appreciation of the passes. So I was able to follow them as best as I could, but I think essentially it was also my own research of you know, in my own time, looking at games that they played and highlights and stuff, that I thought, you know, the ethos was there, so what the management team was saying and what was happening on the field were sort of matching up, and you know, it gave me confidence in making my decision.
Burnley as a football club, not just on the pitch but off the pitch, has changed in a really short space of time since ALK, the new owners, came in, and sort of trying to, well, they're not trying, they are pushing it very much forward and pushing it into the future as well. And since Vinny's come in, another level has gone up again. Did it surprise you when you came in here at Gawthorpe in terms of actually the amount of infrastructure that's in place here?
Yeah, I mean, I'd never seen, obviously, the training ground before. So
but just in general, I suppose, in comparison
I think first of all, obviously, the surroundings are great, you know. The people that work here as well, I think, are fantastic. They've made me feel so welcome from minute one, and I think just that alone is super valuable. But every person that I speak to still speak very highly of the manager, and like you said, about the culture that he's managed to change in such a short space of time. So I think everyone around is appreciative for kind of what he's done, what he's been able to do in a year, but it hasn't changed anyone's approach in their ability to be themselves, I guess, around the building. So there's something that I can really appreciate as a player, walking into a new environment where, you know, it's refreshing. I get to see, you know, humble people, honest people, hard-working people that are also respected.
And I know you know about Turf Moor, and you know what it's like to score at Turf Moor. You've possibly reminded Corky that you megged him on the way to scoring the last time. He scored a goal at Turf Moor. What was it like playing there as an opponent?
Yeah, you'll always hear a lot of players that will say it's a difficult afternoon and stuff, and it always was. You know, there would be times in games where we could, where I was at previous clubs at Southampton, where you come here and you'd have sort of a little bit of joy in the games, as teams do sometimes, but it was always like, it's still not easy. I think the atmosphere was always like a bit tense at times, because it's proper, you know, die-hard fans and loyal supporters. But it was never a fixture where you used to look at it and think it's 3 points. It was never ever that case. And even playing them away from home, we always knew, with the old regime, I guess, before obviously the management staff here, with the old regime, you knew it wasn't going to be an easy fixture. So, you know, I've scored here. I've had some good results here, had some bad results here also. But you know, hopefully I can bring more good results to help bring more good results at Turf Moor to the club.
Happier now that the fans are on your side?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, listen, I'm here to give my all for the club. I'm here to play for this club, and I think what helps it more is the people that are here, also at the training ground. I'm yet to obviously meet the people at the stadium and the fans, but you know, being away in Turkey and playing for Besiktas for the season gave me another inkling of what it's like to play for a team that has a ridiculously supportive fan base, and understand the importance again of that. So coming to sort of a place like this, it's almost like I'm doing it again.